The sound you've always known. Music that's endured the test of time. Live. Creedence Clearwater Revival legends Stu Cook and Doug Cosmo Clifford. Together, they're Creedence Clearwater Revisited. Friday, June 14th, 8 p.m. in the Diamond Center at Desert Diamond Casino. Tickets on sale now at the Rewards Center or online at startickets.com.
An enterprise of the Donna Autumn Nation.
The gorilla, Hezbollah, trying to get that dola, no shot, keeping it real.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to the Bruce Montalvo Show on Halloween. That's right. All Hallows Eve was great. We had Jordan Maxwell on, and now we're back to horrify you, to scare the pants off you, because we know those O&I bastards can't do it nowadays, can't they? I mean, their show sucks.
Yeah, they're really whack. They don't know how to ask questions.
Ghost to what? Ghost to hoax.
Yo, I've been listening to George for a few years, and he tells the same story like every year. It's so freaking boring.
Or he just has army psyops call in and make up bullshit. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to a very scary Bruce Montalvo show.
Oh, Bruce, why don't you tell a scary story that happened to you? Maybe, I know, maybe something must have happened to you.
I mentioned yesterday to Jordan Maxwell, the legendary researcher and scholar. He's got many scary stories, Pleiadians. You've heard it before. Many people haven't heard my scary stories. And how I literally feel like running out of a room screaming sometimes too. And I tell you what, in the Bible, many prophets were shown warning clouds. Clouds that foretold impending doom.
It's the only story you know?
I saw the horned goddess bull in the clouds over Kent, Texas. It was a ghost town. It was horrifying. Yes, it is the only story I know. Listen, you see, ladies and gentlemen, she's been with me for so long now that all my stories are old and they're not bright.
But I'm just saying,
does that scare you?
You never felt a spirit anywhere?
Spirits.
Or a ghost? You never had deja vu or felt like a ghost was talking?
That sounds like a strip club. Deja vu.
Yeah.
Where they have 11 pretty dancers and one ugly one.
Bamboo.
I think I'd be a good announcer at a strip club. But not anymore, though. But, we could do that here. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing Jaja. Remember to tip your waitresses, Jaja. She is right now. Look at those beautiful high heels.
Click.
Look, that's a very beautiful, very sensual, very natural thing I'm talking about. I want to scare people. Let's talk about scary things.
Mm-hmm. We just saw a scary movie.
You're mentioning, entities. Shadow entities. We didn't get to mention that. You know, in German folklore, they have this thing called, this urban legend called the Mar. Have you ever heard of that? Mm-hmm. It's a nightmare, or nightmare in German, states, is an evil spirit or goblin in Germanic folklore, which rides on people's chests while they sleep, bringing on bad dreams or nightmares.
Or that sleep paralysis.
That's right. It's the whole idea of where Freddy Krueger came from. And of course, the Nazis went in there because Krueger is a Jewish last name. They think he's Kronos, the child eater from Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, who is related to Mother.
Oh, yeah. The child snatcher.
That's right. Those Nazi bastards are everywhere.
Danzig.
No, but those things are very, very real. Shadow people. Dark, demonic entities, ladies and gentlemen. They're very real. and they go back to German folklore. This Mar story. I think it's very interesting. You know what? You said, don't you have any new stories? We're going to create a new scary story while you're listening live on the Bruce Montalvo Show, October 31st, 2015. And remember, ladies and gentlemen, listen to us on your Android, listen to us on your iPad, on so many mediums. We're on Stitcher. We broadcast live every Friday on TalkStreamLive.com. We're in the top 50, and we're going places, aren't we, Jaja?
Yes, we are. Hopefully on a plane soon.
That's right, a plane to somewhere nice with palm trees, because I haven't been in LA for like a year, so I need palm trees.
Yeah,
I require palm trees.
maybe St. Lucia or St. Barth's or St. Martin's.
Muy bello.
You want to go to a place where there's ghosts, right? Where you can, like, hauntings, and that's what you were saying.
That's where we should be tonight. We should be broadcasting live from the Eastern State Penitentiary. I'd love to go take pictures there, but I know you're all anti taking negative images with your camera, because she actually thinks there's this game called it was like Far Cry, but it was like a video game where you would snap pictures. It was basically a photography game, snapping pictures of ghosts. Can't think of the name, but it was for Xbox, the first Xbox. It's crazy stuff.
Oh, I never heard that.
It's kind of, they were capturing the evil through the camera.
Wow.
Yeah. So we're talking about going somewhere scary, folks. Forget about the beautiful imagery of the palm trees. We want ghosts. We want dead bodies burning bright, burning faces in the night. We want you to remember Halloween, folks. And this is going to be a memorable Halloween, because I am going to call the phone booth, the Mojave Haunted phone booth, and try to see if Hunter S. Thompson's out there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to see if they'll communicate me with Hunter S. Thompson, and I want him to tell me if they snuffed him because of 9/11, or did they snuff him because he videotaped snuff for the bohemians and the elite oligarchical psychopaths.
What if Johnny Depp picks up?
Oh, well, isn't that like his cousin or something, or his nephew, or
Probably his son.
It looks like his son. If you look
Yeah.
at the pictures, folks, forget about popcelebritylookalike.com. I mean, we've broken down so many Lebensborn. Look that up. It's a Nazi breeding program. They took over America, folks. Ridley Scott thinks that it's just a alternate timeline. It isn't. And it isn't fiction. The Nazis really did win the war.
Isn't that what kind of Jordan was saying? He was saying, yeah, there's something else going on. Everybody
Well,
else is
everybody
controlling
knows.
something.
Everybody knows now that when they're on this show, that's the narrative that we go by, right? That's our bread and butter. The Nazis won the war.
That's right.
Wow. Anyway, we're taking you scary places, folks, and we're gonna see if Hunter S. Thompson, the Nazi. I don't know. I was really disappointed when I heard that he could have been filming snuff for the Bohemian Grovers. I mean, that's more of a reason why the CIA would go in there and whack him.
Listen, if his brother was really Bill Cooper, then you wonder why. They're both fucking out of their minds.
Both fucking psychos. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we are calling right now, at this moment, to see if we can get in contact with the Netherworld, the spirit world, and see if we can talk to Hunter S. Thompson from the Mojave phone booth that you famously saw him in the film Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. I'm calling it right now. We are connecting to the Netherworld live on the Bruce Montalvo Show. Halloween. We're connecting. Listen to this.
Put it on speaker.
2A, conference. Press 1 through 9. 4, conference. Press 1 through 9.
conference. You hear this?
Just do what they said. +1.
One other party is in this conference.
Oh, wow. It's probably NSA. What up?
Mojave phone booth. Mojave phone booth.
Mojave phone booth. Is this the Mojave phone booth?
Mojave phone booth.
Hello, this is
Mojave phone booth.
this is El Gran Montalvo. Who are you?
Mojave phone booth.
Mojave phone booth. You sound like the Indian from the Indian in the cupboard or
Yeah,
something.
how?
Ooga chaka, ooga, ooga, ooga chaka. You got a totem pole over there?
He's
What's
the-
happening?
Mojave phone booth.
Mojave phone booth.
Mojave phone booth.
Mojave phone booth. You want to cut a record or something, man? Hey, do you know where I can get in touch with Hunter S. Thompson? He was out there. I know he used that phone booth.
Mojave phone booth.
Mojave phone booth.
This guy works for the CIA. It's connected to the CIA.
Hey, you're connected to the CIA, huh? You spook? Hey, boo. Boo, hey, yeah. Hey, órale, cabrón. Hey, hey, they like to party, man. Hey, you know, they're funny guys. They're
It's
funny
a
guys.
joke, you know?
Let's try again. This guy's
It's
funny.
a show run by Himmler. Started by
Sieg
Himmler.
Heil!
Oy, why'd you hang up on him?
Because I want to connect through another Mojave phone booth.
There's more than one?
I don't know. Anyway, that was more funny than scary, folks. That was the actual Mojave phone booth.
He was laughing as soon as we said CIA.
Yeah,
He knew
we
it.
were speaking the language
He knew it. He
of
responded.
of
Mojave
symbolism. That's the language of symbolism. He knows we're live. You know what? That could have been Hunter S. Thompson. He was a funny, squirrely bastard. You know, I didn't get me though, because he needs to say pig fucker. If he would have been saying pig fucker instead of Mojave phone booth, I think that would have gotten me to believe. Other than that, I think it's just a spook saying
It's a spook.
saying
It's a real
boo
spook.
on Halloween.
It's a CIA spook. And that's exactly what kind of spook it is. It's a real... And why do you think that Clyde and Lewis knew about it?
Clyde and Clyde Himmler, I am calling your friend's numbers, yeah.
Your friend's numbers
Okay,
with the
this-
NSA
this
coffee
is-
cup,
ladies
you know,
and gentlemen,
while you're drinking the
Ladies and gentlemen, you want to call the NSA?
hot toddy.
It's 760-733-9969. 69. Isn't that the percentage you got when you did some type of survey with Hillary? You got like a 6.9. That's exactly the type of number she would want to get with you too.
That's disgusting. So why don't we talk about the movie we saw earlier?
Don't you want to try and call Mojave phone booth one more time?
1 second. I want to talk about the movie called The Conjuring.
The Conjuring.
That was great.
You know what? That movie was pretty good. I wanted to sit back and watch Night of the Living Dead and, you know, have them say the whole line about they're coming to get you, Barbara. They're coming for you. Look, there's one of them now. That's a great movie. She wouldn't let me finish watching it, folks. She says she's had too much of tradition. That's my tradition. Watching, putting on a little bit of Night of the Living Dead every Halloween is the Bruce Montalvo tradition. Just ask people that know me. You know, my friend Nice Guy Eddie. And you know, Nice Guy Eddie was at Hell in the Cell, watching the Undertaker get the shit kicked out of him. Then you know, hey, shout out to Nice Guy Eddie and Linda too.
Yeah.
Fabulous listeners.
Amazing. What about
And Esco out there in freaking Cali, gangbanging. What's up?
But listen, these guys just wait around. It's like a little button on this in the CIA in Central, in like headquarters. It's like it's the Mojave. It's the Mojave.
Those guys are funny.
Listen, they got a Mojave phone booth button, and then it goes lights up, and then they go into the room. That's why it took them a few seconds. Mojave's going off Okay, who's on Mojave duty now? You
You
go
know what
with
it
that.
reminded me of? Remember those stupid gorilla government monkey idiots we used to hang out with?
Yes.
Remember how they do their little stupid
Yes.
spook conference calls?
Yes.
That's exactly what it felt like.
Totally. I thought I was being totally like talking at CIA, but you know what?
All over again.
Okay, but he was responding to you like in tone.
PTS
like,
syndrome.
yeah, like. So what do you want to tell the CIA? Can you tell them to stop targeting us?
Let's tell them.
There's a direct line to them.
Yeah, tell them that we're coming after Coney. I'll tell them in a Mike Tyson voice. How's that?
Yeah. And then Jesse Ventura.
Number you have dialed has been changed to a conference. Press 1 through 9 for conference. Press 1. One other party is in this conference.
Yo, what's up? From Brooklyn. What up, Mojave? How you doing?
Yeah. Is this Mojave phone booth? Hey, it's the same guy. Hey, yo, this is Mike Tyson. You know, I was calling because I wanted to find out if Lennox Lewis is still gonna take me up on that offer. You know, to bite his ear off, son.
Mojave phone booth?
Mojave phone booth? Yeah. Hey, you know Lennox Lewis?
Mojave phone booth.
You go toe-to-toe to him. Go do Manny to him.
Oh, you sound like a Manny Pacquiao fan. Let me see. Hello, this is Manny Pacquiao. How are you? How are you doing today?
Mojave phone booth? Mojave phone booth?
Para sa'yo, ang laban na to. Para sa'yo, ang laban na to. Bakla, puto,
Tabina,
para sa'yo.
telefono, Mojave. Tabina, telefono, Mojave.
Cantina? Cantinflas.
Tabina, telefono, Mojave.
Oh, E.T. phone homo. That's what you are? Hey, who the fuck you think you are, man? You calling me a fucking homo? Is that what you think you are, man? Hey, what the fuck is wrong with this guy, man? Mojave. Okay, so you only know how to do the African accent or the Asian accent?
Chinese. He did Chinese.
You do Chinese accent pretty good, and I say, how about you stop targeting people? You will stop targeting people. You stop targeting people. I will kick your motherfucking ass, motherfucker.
Your Mojave fucking ass.
Mojave fumble ass. You NSA. You working for NSA, aren't you? Yeah. Remin Red. You poisoned my lemonade. I seen it. You kicked my dog. Fuck you. I hate you. Mojave fumble.
Tell him to stop stealing out of my
Whoa.
computer.
You hear that?
What is he doing?
Is this Gleep Glorp from the Draco star system? It is.
Yeah.
It's E.T. E.T. phone home. Hey, tell me something smart. You're supposed to be an advanced race of Elohim. Nothing? No borders, no language, no
Tell him
culture?
he works for the Nazis.
Listen, Gleep Glorp, you're working for Hitler and Stalin, and they were cousins. Did you know that? Mojave phone. Yes. Yeah.
He said, really? Really? Tell him more. That's what he said. Give me a light.
Yes.
You can't hear it? Tell him more. Explain to him about people.
Oh yeah, and Rothschild is Rothschild is not a Jew. What do you think of that?
Explain to him why they're the Nazis. That's what he's asking.
Well,
Mojave phone booth.
Mojave phone booth.
Tell him why he works for the Nazis. Explain to him about Operation Paperclip.
You explain. to
You
him.
explain.
I'm afraid now.
You do it very well.
I don't know if he's an alien or what.
Mr. Montalvo, would you mind speaking to the NSA agent and explaining to him why he's working for the Nazis?
Well, listen to me. Pope Pius gave the final solution to exterminate the Jews, and your superiors were then taken through the Nazi rat lines and given asylum in America and Argentina. What do you think of that?
No, Harry,
Okay, so now tell him about Operation Paperclip.
That's right. Werner von Braun. Werner von Braun is, from the broth of his stubby shillelagh, gave birth to both Superman and Batman and Elliot Rogers, yes.
He doesn't know who Elliot Rogers is. Explain.
Nobody knows who
Nobody
that guy
remembers
is
the
anymore.
poor
Nobody
kid.
cares. He's a loser.
Yeah, well, he's a Hollywood shooter.
He's a Liebens loser.
Yes.
Mojave football.
Mojave phone booth.
Mojave
You're
football.
Hollywood. Okay, so tell him some more. Tell him some famous people. Tell him about Obama. His
No.
grandmother.
He's
Oh, no,
gonna
no,
get
no,
us
no.
in trouble.
No, no.
Mojave fumble.
No, because we like him. But we're talking. What about all the other Lebensborn, all the famous ones, like Seth Rogen?
Seth Rogen sucks. You guys should take him out of movies immediately. Effective immediately now.
Mojave phone booth.
Mojave phone booth. Yes, he stinks.
He stinks. But who's his grandmother?
Mojave
Remember?
phone booth.
Tell him his grandmother,
Oh, Seth Rogen's grandmother is I Love Lucy.
Lucille Ball,
Yes.
and tell who's her mother, Maria Mandel. She was in the Nuremberg trial.
Nuremberg trials. So Mojave phone booth, you just hang out there all day and just what? What do you do out in the desert? You shoot a 35, 357. What do you do?
Mojave.
Mojave phone booth.
Mojave phone booth.
He's in the CIA, working there all day.
All day.
Yeah, well, whenever the light goes off, it was beep, 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 Mojave beep, So now he goes Mojave beep, so he has to Mojave. That's what he does. He's a Mojave phone booth duty.
Well, Mojave phone booth, you have been live broadcasting on the Bruce Montalvo show. You're famous now. What do you think of that?
Mojave phone booth.
Yes, you have been broadcasting live on air on the Bruce Montalvo show. I have a enormous international audience, and now my listening audience has been listening to the amazing stylings of Mojave phone booth.
Mojave phone booth.
Mojave phone booth.
Mojave phone booth.
That's right.
Mojave phone booth.
So, Mojave phone booth, what do you want to tell our audience now that they know that you're here and you're talking to us?
Can't say anything, he said.
Mojave phone booth.
Mojave phone booth. Mojave phone booth, thank you for joining us.
Mojave phone booth.
Mojave phone booth.
Have a nice night, Mojave.
Sayonara. I like that guy.
He was a good actor.
That guy is a funny guy.
Very expressive for a CIA agent.
Mojave phone booth.
You think he grew up on Utah where the Mormons were? But he sounded black almost. Well, I don't know. You can't really tell. Sometimes.
Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. The Mojave phone booth.
Mm-hmm.
He kind of sounds like an Indian or something.
No, he did every voice. He did a Mexican voice. He did Chinese voice. He did a Japanese voice. You didn't hear?
What are you talking about? I did every voice. He was just Mojave phone booth.
No, he was an Indian, like like Navajo.
Oh yeah.
That kind of Indian, right?
What if that was an alien, a humorous alien?
What if he called you
Funny
back?
alien.
He is an alien. He works for the NSA.
What if he calls us back? That would be frightening. That would be right out of like Halloween or something with Jamie Lee. I have a freaking penis in between my legs, like Bruce Jenner still does. Katie Lee, whatever the hell.
We
her
only
name
have
is.
like 50 more minutes until
Jamie
Halloween
Lee,
ends.
Jamie Lee Curtis. But it's still Halloween out in the Mojave Phone Booth.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. It's 3 hours earlier.
That's right. We can call over there and it's still Halloween.
That's right.
Again, we're broadcasting live from Brooklyn, New York. And that were some tricks that we had up our sleeve, folks. Those were some tricks. But if you want some treats, why don't you go to our Etsy store? We'll segment to the Ghost Radar in a bit, but
yeah, our Etsy store, people are...
give them some tricks, now let's give them some treats.
Yeah, it's at least a visual treat for your eyes. Go to Etsy.com. There's 2 stores, ETSY.com. You go /shop and /antique obsessions is one word. And then we got another one. It's Etsy.com /shop /conceptual subculture. And 2 different kinds of stores. One's got like tribal, more organic, brutalish, rustic kind of looking stuff, but real classy. Some stuff for guys too. We got men's cuffs. There's still some left, actually. We got a new batch to make. But the Antique Obsessions, we got gorgeous repoussé, sterling silver earrings, pearls, rubies, girls, nouveau, Victorian, all kinds of things like that. Necklaces, hip-hop, kind of.
Angels, nymphs, demons, Lilith,
yeah,
owls.
We sell them all the time.
All of them.
Yeah, devils and cherubs. It's true. It's true.
It's true.
Yeah, so why don't we talk for a second about my favorite app. When I first got my iPod, I found very little that I found interesting, but some paranormal things. And one of the things I came across was the Ghost Radar, and they're up to the legacy version. And it was a couple of bucks. I think they have a free version also, but it wasn't as... I don't think it recorded the words, that the sessions or something. So I just thought it was whack.
Right.
But I had some really crazy experiences with this. I mean, bass.
Bring this closer. Bass. What kind? Like an army base?
What kind of bass?
So we are now using the Ghost Radar app, folks, and this picks up. What does it pick up there? What
EMFs?
type of,
I don't know.
EMFs. Yes.
And it shows
low
that there's something,
electronic magnetic frequency.
And it gives them.
There's something in the room. It gives you a radar, a target, and there's something in the room right now as we speak, folks.
Right, and the thing is that what's weird is one day I brought this to my grandmother's. It was a kind of a thing, an unveiling for her gravestone, and
special.
And
you heard it. You heard the Ghost Radar said
special.
Base special.
Special, but yeah, they said
They have a special base out in the Mojave.
Right,
booths.
that's what I think.
It's their palace. What is it? A palace of intel?
It's a palace like.
Yeah, because he sounded like he was kicking back, relaxing.
Like he came from Warren Jeff's camp.
Well, Mojave Phone Booth?
Yeah, like he was one of the boys that.
He sounds like he should be at the Laugh Factory telling jokes,
Yeah.
and he didn't even say anything except Mojave Phone Booth. It was fucking brilliant.
Yeah, it was great. But you can have a real conversation with him, and he was really responding. You're definitely making him laugh, Bruce. But yeah, so this actually, my grandmother's unveiling, it said, I had all this family there, and it started speaking, like, all these names that were there, and it mentioned my grandfather's name.
Wow.
And my brother was drop open, and, like, several times we've had...
Something in the room again. Balloon.
I don't see a balloon anywhere.
Balloon.
Oh.
Wait a minute. A surveillance balloon was just... like taken down, or like an army surveillance balloon. There's a ghost coming through and telling us that we're right, that Mojave Phone Booth Desert is a hub of CIA, NSA intel. Remember, I got a little angry with them too, because we know that they're violating our Fourth Amendment rights.
Yes, you did, Bruce, and it's a good thing you spoke to them.
Yeah. Letting them know, like, I'm no Twisted Sister, but I'm letting them know we're not going to take it. You know what happened with Twisted Sister once? Here's a scary story. Pretty.
Who's pretty?
That's right. It wasn't pretty. This Twisted Sister story was not pretty, as the Ghost Radar speaks to me. Some guy, some fan in the audience, he took a steaming pile of hot shit in his hand, and he like lunged it at D. Snyder, and it hit him right in the face as he was singing.
Is that the shit?
Talk about a scary story. That's Ghost Ghost to Fantasma right there. I don't want to give any other ONI, Office of Naval Intelligence, props. That's why I was kind of like neglecting to say the little catchphrase. I'm gonna call it. I tell you what I'm gonna call it. Fantasma a Fantasma with Bruce Montalvo.
I've seen.
See, doesn't that sound better? Fantasma a Fantasma.
Yes, baby.
That's right. So what have you seen? Different. It sounds different. The ghosts are telling us on Ghost Radar that it sounds different.
I've seen ghosts.
Incredible.
I've seen ghosts.
You've seen ghosts.
Yes.
Well, tell our audience.
I saw my father, actually.
It's his birthday today.
Yeah, it is. Halloween.
Happy birthday to Janine's father, Arturo.
Happy birthday to you.
We're not going to sing the whole song, but that was a lovely...
No, because we'll get sued by Time Warner.
Yeah, we don't have the copyright to that. You should know. You're the patron
happy
saint.
Birthday. Happy.
Yo, happy birthday, my nigga. Happy
What's
birthday.
up? Happy
Yeah,
birthday.
yeah, uh-huh.
Happy
Yeah,
birthday.
I like that.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, uh-huh.
Happy birthday.
Yeah.
Happy birthday.
Yeah.
Okay. They don't own that shit.
Yeah, but Puff Daddy owns yeah. And I must have
No, he
said like
doesn't.
30 of them.
Yeah, but he didn't. That's Joe Hooker.
Joe Hooker?
Yeah, that's Harv Pierre who did that.
That sounds like a old blues, like Robert Johnson's friend on the Crossroads guitar player. Now, that's a scary story. While we have the Ghost Radar out, it's quiet. A couple of ghosts left. I guess
Yeah, they got scared.
they got afraid of my awesome jokes
Yeah, they can't compete.
on a Fantasma to Fantasma.
They said that, and you're not understanding them.
Right. They're not understanding. Understanding. You talk show host and they say understanding.
Unbelievable.
That's scary. It's like people are forgetting how to speak.
Totally.
It's like out of the Ministry of Defense, 1984. They're just reworking language right in front of you. That's horrifying right there.
Yep.
So there's only one guy out at the Mojave phone booth. And he's intel, folks. We should have known. We heard it from Army PsyOps out in Portland, Oregon. And it turns out that they're just a big palace of intel out there.
That's right.
A little intel palace.
Yeah, I mean, they're just trying to be like this paranormal thing. They probably they know that they're going to get punked. They know that, but maybe they think that you're going to get some weirdo. Like that actually believes them.
Right. Now we're going to transition. We're going to go into the Ouija board. What do you think of that? An online Ouija board.
I don't like Ouija boards. I find them very lame.
Lame.
Yeah, I think it's a waste of time. And
Waste of time.
A waste of time, a waste of your energy.
Well, brainyjar.com has a funny Ouija board.
While you're attempting to do it and do word for word, I just don't understand it because, like, I can speak to spirits way faster than that.
Well, there you see the symbolism, the Horus
It takes too
to
long.
the left,
Oof.
and then the sun and the moon, both to the left and to the right. And it's the moon that represents Islam, to the left. Anyway, what would you want to ask this thing?
I would ask, why is everybody stealing from me?
Let's see. Why? It's not going to answer that.
Try it.
Why do they steal?
From Jaja.
From Jaja. We're asking the Ouija board, why do the Nazis steal from Jaja? That was Jaja's
It's going to
question.
say, because you're a Jew.
It's moving. It's moving. Yes. They steal. They certainly do. It did not hesitate. See, it can't answer your question. But it answered it. Right?
Yes.
People have called into question that the Nazis are even still around. and at that stealing from you. The Ouija board just clearly just flew straight to the sun, straight to the yes. Incredible.
So ask why.
Why do they steal from Jaja?
Just ask why.
Why? Just why Jaja? I think.
Just why.
Why? Your name's got to be
Just
in
say
there.
why.
Why?
Yes.
All right, we'll ask why. Saying
Does it record the words?
N-O. Not. Nots. E. Nazi. Incredible. Incredible, ladies and gentlemen. The Ouija board just spelled Nazi. Jaja is sitting here with her mouth wide open, folks. Talk
But
about.
it said Nazi, like Yahtzee, like weird.
It's trying to
double E.
answer you like a double entente.
No, it sort of spells it out. It says it like how it's.
Not seen. Nazi.
Do you not see that it's a Nazi?
And that's clearly one of your lyrics.
Oops, another Nazi.
That's right. Wow. Seems that
I wrote those lyrics way before I had any idea
we have a
that
Mar
they were really.
here with us, folks.
I wrote those lyrics to Benghazi,
Right.
the hook, way before I even ever suspected there was any of this kind of Lebensborn program going on, or anybody did anything, or even Obama really. I was just making like a metaphor.
Well, I'll tell you, the Ghost Radar is being extremely quiet now. Must be because Halloween is coming to an end here on the East Coast. The shadow entities are moving. Oh, I wanted to tell a story about the Crossroads.
Okay.
And that's Crossroads magic.
And you didn't let me finish telling the story about my dad.
Okay, you tell your story first. On Fantasma to Fantasma with Bruce Montalvo and Jaja.
Yeah. Well, I was, it was about 2 years or something after my father passed away, and I was in the kitchen, and his photo's there, and he used to be a butcher, and there was also a plane there. So, anyway, I guess that might have felt like symbolically where he might have felt comfortable. And I felt his presence. It was like stunning. It was weird. And I almost could see him, but I felt he was right there on a few times. And then he kept trying to tell me something. And the only thing I kept getting was mother. Mother.
Mother!
Yes. And I every time he did that, I called my mother. But I didn't know what the hell was going on. I was like scared. And it turns out and he did that. It was like 1 week, and I'd seen him like 2 or 3 times. And every time he kept saying mother. And then like a week later, his mother died.
Wow.
Yep.
Didn't you say that you were with your family and it also said his name around your brother? Or
Yeah, but I said that was my grandfather. It said his name.
your grandfather?
Yes, on the Ghost Radar.
Wow.
And then last Halloween, we put Ghost Radar on. And
That's right.
And it said happy and then ween. And he knew.
Meat, and he was a butcher, and it said meat.
Yeah. And as soon as we turned
No,
it
as
on,
soon as we started singing happy birthday to your father,
it said
the
happy.
Ghost Radar said happy.
And then it said ween.
So anyway, I told you, mother.
Mother, tell your children not to walk my way.
Oh, yeah.
Tell your children not to hear my words. What they mean, what they say. Mother.
Okay, get that baby snatcher freaking Nazi Lebensborn crap off. That motherfucker is the child of fart smell. Okay.
Fart smell. Your show sucks. Midnight turd in the freaking desert.
Yeah. Okay, that is the son of...
Dried up turd in the desert.
And Fart Smell's father...
Could you believe they had the I don't mean to cut you off, but could you believe they said our sound quality wasn't good enough? For the
Oh my
network?
God! I heard one of the. Really
They were
worst-
shopping around our show, and Dark Matter Network was one of them, and they said that my quality wasn't good enough. I used to use Heil mics, the same that Art Bell uses. I mean, we got a Newman mic in the freaking studio. What are these guys smoking?
I don't know, but
As
I can't get
Jaja's
this
trying
joint
to light
a
something
joint.
to smoke.
Yeah,
That's right.
both lighters are out.
Both lighters are out. That sounds like bad luck on Halloween. The 2 lighters have gone out. White lighters.
On the same night?
On the same night.
Really? Oh, Bruce.
Incredible.
What is that?
Those are the sounds of Gotham City in the background because we live in Gotham City.
Officially Gotham City, because the actual writer was basing it off of Brooklyn, but they couldn't.
Bob Kane.
He couldn't mention Brooklyn at the time. He called it Gotham, and they couldn't shoot Brooklyn at the time.
That's right.
So, but it was based off that, and Manhattan was called Metropolis.
Yeah. Great
Yep.
stuff.
So we have the whole, actually on our block is headquarters. Like
The
100,
MCU. Yeah, Gotham City Police.
Yep.
MCU.
100 feet away. They have headquarters, and I'm Commissioner Gordon, and you are listening to Master Bruce and Commissioner Jaja Gordon.
On Halloween
That's right.
2015. Now that you told the story about your dear papa, and we're still waiting for some type of contact, like the movie Contact, except, cool, because the ending sucked, on Ghost Radar. We have the Ghost Radar on. It's communicated a little bit, folks, but it's gone a little bit dull, being that Halloween's power is still on the West Coast and is leaving the East Coast as we speak, because it is 11:59 p.m., the final minute of Halloween here in the epicenter of cool Brooklyn, New York.
Listen,
But it's still Halloween.
I do recommend getting this
Everywhere.
Ghost Radar.
24/7.
You can get it on your app store. I don't work for them. Believe me, it's like almost.
It's a great app.
Yeah, they say that it's for entertainment, and even they interviewed the guy, and he'll keep saying it's for entertainment. But I don't believe it. I think they have they opened up something like a portal, almost like a way to be able for them to communicate, because there was another time we used it, and I had like 3 friends with me, Scott, Ev, and Tron. We all had this friend Ash who died on a motorcycle, and we put it on and we were playing with it, and it kept saying things that had something to do with all of us. First, we were talking about the bike, and then it said something like accident, and it said street, and then it said bike, and then it said, we were like talking to it, and then it said hey, and then it said 1, and that's what he used to say, and then there was like a whole bunch of words. It went on for there was like 12 words. It was like having a conversation with the nigga. I'm not kidding. And everybody, all 4 of us were like goosebumped out. We were like, whoa, dude. And that nigga was like a straight up like techie. So he would have, if there was an ability, if there was a ghost that would accept, maybe some of them can't even accept the fact that something like that they could actually speak through. So that's another thing. They have a kind of a consciousness also. So, but if there was a way, I'm sure my friend Ash would have been able to do it. Like he would have been like, yeah, I could figure that out, because he was all up in the max. He used to work at AP. But we thought that, if there was a way for a ghost to be able to speak, he would definitely be the one that would be trying to do that. Especially we were all hanging out. It was like a freaking little mini seance. We did. I mean, the only thing we didn't do was light some candles.
Here's what people say about Ghost Radar. They ask, is Ghost Radar real? Now they state, we believe the application is as effective as an EMF detector or a K11. The theory of what is happening is that intelligent energy can be made aware of their ability to influence the sensors of the device. So they're using EMF waves. And the ghost radar attempts to translate the sensor readings into a spoken word, ideally the entities. So it admits to you right there, it's using your cell phone to channel entities.
Mm-hmm.
And remember down the street, the Williamsburg Savings Bank, we believe is some type of crossroads, some type of limbo of sorts.
Yeah.
And it even said that when we asked the ghost radar, we said, is it evil over there? And it said Atlantic. And that's exactly where
it was,
Williamsburg is.
We started noticing, we can talk about limbo. I mean, they'll think we're crazy for just throwing it out there and not explaining it. So we live in a really weird neighborhood, and we walk 2 little blocks, and it goes from basically warm weather to probably Arctic chills. And not only that, there's a vortex of winds. It's just where, I don't know what you call it, but it's kind of like a crossroads where the winds line up, probably because there's so much activity. We're on an island, so maybe on that hill, for example, it's just. But you see, that's all well and good. But let me just tell you about how wild this corner is. It's so wild that on any rainy or stormy or windy day, especially the rainy ones and the windy ones, you will see a barrage of umbrellas that are broken because the winds are so powerful that it will yank the umbrellas out of people's hands. Not only the umbrellas, but systematically, and it got worse years. And I've only been here for 7 years, but something like that, maybe a little less. And then every year, incrementally, it got worse and worse. The trees kept coming up. So there was no trees. So it's almost becoming desolate over there. Well, that's just the coldest point. It's maybe 20 feet in diameter. Maybe 50 feet in diameter. 50 feet either way at the most is so bitter cold. You feel like you're going in a time warp. Okay, so you have that is on one corner. Then in the summertime, it's great, right? So you walk, you get a little breeze. It's always a little cooler. But it just so happens that right around the corner, almost like it is exactly right around the corner. It's on the other side of the block, pretty much, around the building. There is the hottest point. And it's so hot that in the summertime, you don't even want to be there. That one, again, 50-foot diameter, it's like a circle, and it's so hot that it's unbearable. Your eyes go blind, and you start sweating. You just want to get past that point.
Right.
And what really gave us the heads up about that area was the fact that in that, excuse me, in that one really, really hot area, every time we were there, you have a crazy person, a weird,
just total weirdo.
You
had a guy that looked like he had just
paste.
Was a leper on his face.
No, it looked like he had clay, white clay,
like a zombie from Day of the Dead. No, really, it reminded me something of one of Hieronymus Bosch's students' paintings. It looked just like that. The area around Brooklyn.
We'll talk about that afterwards, but talk about the crazies that are there.
There's millions of crazy people. There's a lady in a pink fluff dress that was just
not just a pink dress.
Crazy
she had pink
people
bags.
screaming.
She had pink shoes. She had pink hair.
A guy walked right by us that looked like he was out of his mind, singing, "I hope one of these days I've never been born." And he's just singing really weird stuff. I mean, the total freaks.
The guy with the clock around his neck that looks like Flavor Flav.
And they're all mentally retarded.
And it's just like a normal crossroads. It's on Atlantic Avenue, and we have to cross it. And not only that, on the corner is an old Baptist, looks like a fortress, right?
Well, it's full of Knights Templar, Knights of
Malta symbology.
And not just that, but you're speaking of what's around that general area. He took a picture of me by the Brooklyn Community Garden, the Brooklyn Bears Garden.
In that same vicinity.
It looks exactly like Auschwitz, the gate of Auschwitz.
It is. It looks like the gate of hell. Actually, and Bruce has, we actually took a photo of it, and just so we can identify it next to what a real Auschwitz concentration camp sign looks like.
Yeah,
and it
gate.
looks like the same kind of gate, and it's really creepy because...
And then what's around the corner as well of this Brooklyn Crossroads? You have Jay-Z's Barclays Center, the satanic Aleister Crowley following just rap jester Jay-Z, and it's shaped like an eye. We talked about in one of our old shows.
Yeah, it's a one big eye.
The FEMA stadium is a big eyeball. It's scary.
That it is.
And that's exactly why sometimes I get freaked out. Bell. It just said Bell.
I said Bell, but you know what else
the
has
Nazi
a
Bell? Belsom. What was it?
Bergen Belsen, but I was thinking all those carvings that were on the side of the Williamsburg Savings Bank. You have all that Masonic stuff. Wasn't one of them a bell also?
Yes.
Okay, that's what I was thinking when it
The
said
Ghost
that.
Radar just said Bell.
And you were supposed to
Must be
mention
because
on that.
we're waking them up because we're talking some juicy stuff now about the Crossroads. And the Brooklyn Crossroads, I believe, is right here off of Atlantic and Flatbush, right?
Yep, and then
Atlantic and
it is a
Flatbush.
big, notorious
Yeah,
transportation
Robert
hub.
Johnson. Robert Johnson probably played guitar there, right?
But it's a big hub where all the trains meet.
Notice they have a guitar center right at the edge of the crossroads.
Oh, that's interesting.
Did you ever think about that?
No, but you just helped us out.
Yes. Of course, people who don't remember, Robert Johnson was an American singer and songwriter in the 1930s. Well, his recordings didn't get popular until he died, but it's believed that this man was the first guitarist to sell his soul to Satan.
You're kidding.
On the Crossroads.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Wow.
And in one of the movies we were watching about this satanic ritual abuse of these, the Memphis Three, those children that were killed in a satanic ritual abuse, there was a picture of Robert Johnson in the background subliminally.
Yeah, you noticed that also.
Yes.
You're so keen. You're so observant. The Masons hate you because they're like, oh, this kid reads everything.
Everything. We read it all.
They're trying to just talk to each other, not to you, Bruce.
Well, I don't want to talk to them either because they're a bunch of Masonic pedophile scum! The Pope should go down too.
But so we always got the real creeps.
They should nuke the Vatican.
Okay, but what about Limbo? And that place is mad creepy. And what happened was that...
It is.
We saw... I don't know what inspired us to look up Hieronymus Bosch, or I think there was just a painting of Limbo. Oh, that's what it was. Okay.
It was Jesus breaking through limbo, Mithra, breaking through limbo with a giant Knights Templar flag.
Yup, and the thing is that he was in a very complex, urban-looking environment where people, many millions of people, they were showing the activity. This one's eating, this one's traveling, this one's going through the tunnel. There were tunnels, there were bridges, there were like elevators and mountains and buildings, like, you know, a lot of activity, which is exactly just like Atlantic Terminal. Now,
Right.
It was just like it. Now, the thing is that one of the main hubs was in the shape of a mouth. Now, get me, this painting is post Hieronymus Bosch, but still hundreds of years ago, okay? Now, the thing is that this Williamsburg bank was also called the Mouth Building. It was called the Dentist Building.
Wow.
Everybody, that building itself used to house, which is like the tallest building in Brooklyn, used to be filled with dentist offices.
Dentist office.
So, therefore, it was by a transportation center. There was just too many coincidences. And even that corner, that 1400-looking Baptist church, what did he say?
Least.
Least. What does he mean by least?
I don't know. But ladies and gentlemen, it's time for Halloween Boogie. And I'm playing some Halloween tunes. We got a couple of minutes left, so Fantasma to Fantasma is coming to an end, folks. Valuable.
Very valuable information.
Valuable information. A great show.
The mess. Yeah, that's right. We did the Nazi dance.
The Nazi man.
We put their pictures
They
together.
just cranked that up.
So the Lieberborn program. Basically. We did the mask. We did the Nazi mask. Yeah. We did the mask. Yeah.
I didn't really like that show, man.
Nazis.
That show sucked.
And there was clones.
Clones and drones. Get your mind blown.
We put them pictures next to each other, and they all look just like
Goddamn clones. Nazi clones.
we did the Nazi night. And everyone is a clone. And we caught the
Lieberborn. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen,
we did the Nazi night.
thank you for joining us. It's been a real treat. It was fun. Wasn't that fun? We need to do a Halloween show every year. We're calling it Fantasma to Fantasma.
Maybe next year we'll have more ghost visitations. We only had a few today. There's a couple times.
Well, we had a spook.
I think there was
We had Mojave Fumble.
Mojave Fumble. We put their pictures together after getting the vibe, and decided to put
These motherfuckers were all Nazi guys.
And they all look the same.
Hey, look, it's Boris Karloff. You know, I just saw some mummies that reminded me of when I saw The Thing in Arizona, an actual mummy.
Yeah.
Pretty damn cool. I also saw Hitler's Rolls Royce. I saw a Rolls Royce that Hitler drove.
What about who was in that Rolls Royce? I've seen mad people in there, like the Potsdam dude, Von Hindenburg.
Yeah, his homies rolled in that Rolls Royce.
Yup, all of them. Von Hindenburg.
Von Hindenburg.
Von Christian Day.
Speaking of Christian Day, you want to tell the people,
Which story?
the listening audience?
Okay, let's straighten this shit
before
out.
we end the show?
Yeah, okay, listen. This is really big news, actually, because she's one of my friends, but, you know, we got a call, and we found out, before it hit the news, that Lori Bruno was being harassed by Christian Day. And those of you who don't... Harassed. She's like 75 years old, and he's like, 40-something years old, and he's just like mad gay with it.
Some
and like
fat gay mafioso that all he does is talk to his gay lover on Twitter about how they want a pool and how they don't have enough money to have one.
Okay.
Because they're commies.
Listen, yeah, whatever. But, yeah, it's true, but they used to be good. So, like, at one point, Hex used to be really good. Like, it was very interesting, and Christian was really funny. And then he started spooking me, okay? There was some gang stalking business, and he actually participated. And I was like, something's up with him. I ain't saying shit. Just get out. Goodbye. You're not my friend anymore. But
Sayonara.
I still stayed up with Lori. Anyway, she called me up, like, found out that this nigga was stalking her, calling her all hours, calling her all kinds of names and doing weird shit. And then, so, anyway, she took him to court. And she won a court order for protection, and it was really kind of like a big deal because it was 2 days or 3 days before Halloween, and they were both witches, and it was in Salem, so they was calling it like the Salem witch trials and shit. But it was cool she won, but it's just unbelievable because the judge even said to him, he said, Christian, you've done this before. He goes, I did not make those calls. And he goes, well, you've already done this before and you already have court orders against 2 other women. He's like, that was a long time ago. And then he got the, order of protection. And he's screaming out. He's going, I will appeal this like a bitch.
What does he want? His right to harass an old lady?
I don't understand that.
A nice old lady?
I could never.
A nice, talented, probably one of the best stragers in the world, old lady?
Okay, so we figured it out because I couldn't understand it. I mean, I bought that faggot's book, all right?
Yeah, that's right.
It's
not a bad book. Of course, he was like a drone from Dr. Giraud just going around and gathering intelligence from everybody else because he's too stupid to come up with anything himself.
I don't know what
I think that guy's a fake witch, and he just
that's what I'm saying.
Siphons information
that's what I was
from
thinking.
Real witches like Laurie Bruno.
Right. That's what started getting me thinking that he was just a put on because, if you're a serious person, you don't walk around like on show and show and show. And how did he get in touch with Charlie Sheen? They supposedly did this exorcism.
Because they're Vatican assassins.
No, he is
Jesuits.
Charlie Sheen is related to Albert Spears. He's a cousin of Donald Trump. Okay, he's one of Donald Trump's cousins. He's the
El
first
mamón,
cousin.
pelón, maricón Trump.
So how the hell is Christian Day with the skull hanging out with? They did like a big like a TV hoax, like a spectacle hoax. Kind of a thing where he was gonna exorcise him. Demonize him.
He was going to read him the Rituale Romanum. Right. Go on.
Mm-hmm. So that's how close they were, those two. And I don't know what transpired. What happened?
What transpired?
Protection, it says.
Protection.
She got an order of protection. That's right.
The ghost radar
said
is
protection.
Telling us protection.
She needed protection from him.
Protection from
He's
that
a dangerous
scumbag.
guy. I was wondering why he's so dangerous. Excuse me, guys. I have a cold because it's like beginning of winter. But
right, all the leaves have fallen off the trees, and people are starting to get sore throats and little runny noses.
But we're not really getting sore throat because I'm using hydrogen peroxide because that really took it right away. But
right.
Yeah, she needed an order of protection. I couldn't understand what he could have been doing. It was almost maniacal, and I'm like, that is not even witchcraft. I mean, this guy sounds like he is a sick fucktard and like the guy from Silence of the Lambs.
He's a fat pig fucker. Pig fucker. That's also Christian Day has taken over the ghost radar, and he said that he is a pig fucker.
He's a pig fucker. Yeah. You've uncovered what? You've what? We're waiting. Louvre.
Omelette du fromage. Clam chowder. So what was this thing speaking French now?
I don't. It said you've. I am and you've.
Yeah.
Okay, so back to what we were talking about. Is the witch trial.
That's right.
She needed a protection from this guy, and I couldn't understand for the life of me why the hell is he harassing her, and now how is he connected, and booyaka. I'm like, this nigga's a fucking Lebensborn. Trust me. He got too big, too fast, he owns 2 stores.
Is it Bruno a Jewish name?
Well, listen, the whole story is this, and I have to speak to her. I tried to speak to her, so line's all busy now, forever.
Well, we got her booked for next month, right? She's going to be on the Bruce Montalvo show, man.
Yeah, she said she's going to come on, but...
That's epic. That's huge.
It's going to be huge. She was on Coast to Coast.
Yeah, and now George Snorri can't even say her name.
He doesn't say her name, he just mentions his name. He just mentions Christian Day's name.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
You see, I don't know. I mean, he only gave Christian press. So in a way, he didn't say both of... I had 2 guests. Two of my witches were fighting.
Yeah, why didn't he say that?
But I don't know. Maybe he was just trying to give Christian props, or I don't know if it's a good thing for Lori for them not to mention it but maybe it just would victimize her maybe more. Maybe look bad. Maybe she doesn't want to become famous for that. Like she's vulnerable.
Well, why would she? Well, she hates that stuff. It's all like keyboard warrior shit to her.
Yeah. And he was calling her house and calling her names and
we
slandering.
We spoke to her a day before she had to do her trial.
Yeah, so I just it was really ugly, and it confirmed to me why I had two-stepped away from Christian, because I smelled something like this guy was not like a witch, because I feel like we're pretty psychic, but this guy had something.
What they call us? Some Texans. They got remote viewers out there.
Yeah, we knew the guy was Goebbels.
Was it Goebbels Jr.? All right.
Yeah, I had his birth photos and stuff in front of him.
Go on.
But I looked at this guy. I said he's definitely a Lebensborn. Which one is he?
Opportunity.
Yeah. So they get this guy straight up. He was an opportunist. It's like he's a put on. They put him there. It was an opportunity for them to steal from witches and come in. Okay, so he came in as gay mafioso, and I feel like he totally got close to Lori to steal from her, because when I used to hear them on the show, they had very different ideologies. Hers was to heal people and to help people and even do things for free if it came down to it. Him is about money, fuck this, fuck that. Sometimes he was hysterical, but sometimes he was just like really just. I
can't stand his new show because it's just him and his gay lover talking about how they want to pool. I mean, there's nothing witchy. There's no information
being.
There's nothing about.
There's no information being
going
shared.
On anymore.
It's just gossip. So like
it's all crap.
It's not a witches. It should be called bitches now.
It's bitches.
Bitch education.
From bitches to witches.
Right. Instead of hex education, it's like, bitch education. Because that's all they do is bitch about people. But we're not like his enemy. We don't really care. It's just messed up, like, why could he do that? I mean, we're just like observers, we don't have I have no animosity toward the nigga. But I just was curious.
A scumbag is a scumbag.
Yeah,
and if you're terrorizing a little old lady, then you're a scumbag, and you should have your fat thumb broken with a hammer.
Yes, exactly. But I mean, what I'm trying to say is like, I'm not in a personal, trying to beef with this guy. The whole thing is like anybody with a brain is going to go, whoa, what the hell's going on? Why is this lady crying? And she's old and stuff like. And it's so crazy because they used to be friends, so you wonder. And then I realized that they were never compatible because he was always about.
He was trying to take over her store. He wasn't trying to let her franchise and do her own thing and be a capitalist. He got in the way of that. He's some type of.
Well, he started slandering her. Slandering her.
Like von Hindenburg.
Well, he started slandering her in public, and on his show and then all over the place on Facebook, making her look like bad. And she couldn't do anything about it. And he was just laughing at her like a fucking bitch, And that's really terrible because it was her business. And even like Judica Illis told me she's like the best, one of the most strongest witches alive today. So it makes me even more suspicious how this guy comes out of nowhere and he learns some horror and or this other guy who killed himself supposedly, that was his friend, probably got murdered. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? Who the hell knows what goes on? But I know that there was some kind of animosity because I'm like, well, how dare he get close to her like that enough to harass her? I was like, you know what? He must be a Nazi and she's probably Jewish. So I wanted to confirm my facts of who he was. And I'll tell you people how it came to me because I don't know, but it just does. I went to his last name. I know it's Day. I went and I looked up Nazi Day. So the first thing that shows up was a story about the Potsdam Day, which had to do with when Chancellor von Hindenburg appointed Hitler, and he approved the full and utter total allowance for the Nazis to come into full power. It was his pen.
When he stepped down.
Something like that, but he was asking, he knew Hitler for years, and I don't know. So you read about it, but I looked up the most prominent name, and it was this guy von Hindenburg. Well, lo and behold, I went and pulled up a lot of photos of this guy in top hats and this and that and Maltese crosses, and I went and put pictures up of Christian Day. And they were in the same poses, they had the same jackets on, the lapels, pictures of him with the same hat. The same kind of mustache, the same cheeks, the same similar weight, body weight. Similar, even when he was slimmer, he looked a little like younger. The young pictures looked like them. When he got older, his older pictures looked like him. And you wonder, this nigga's a skull and bones. And that's how he gets up into things, gets up into places, and, could open up a store with all kinds of fawns and 2 stores. He's taking over the whole witch business, and he's turning everything into like a farce.
Hey, Clyden's opening up a store in Portland.
Yeah.
Wonder what he's going to sell there. Hot bubble teas from behind the dumpster, or an old couch where his starfish got invaded by gangbangers.
Or maybe you're going to want to go there and get some Himmler memorabilia, because I'm sure Daddy has trunks worth of stuff. Don't you think?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm over here treating myself, folks.
So then we went and had...
Got a lot of tricks, now we have some treats.
So I figured out about Bruno, and I don't know what came up of it, but something about a guy named Giordano Bruno, and they were Jews, but they were converted.
Didn't he study the Kabbalah?
And in general, they were Jewish Brunos, and it was one of those surnames that the converso Jews took to conceal their identity. And a lot of them vehemently denied that they were Jews, and they had baptism cards. And even this Giordano did the same thing. Oh, no, I'm not a Jew. I'm not a Jew. I'm not.
And
they were like, you're a Jew.
Lori
You're
had
a Jew.
her,
You're a Jew.
her birth certificate. What did she have
And when
there?
she had her baptismal card.
Oh, wow.
And what's amazing is they mentioned it in the Globe that she was showing her baptismal card. Why did she bring her baptismal card? That's weird. And that was exactly what Giordano Bruno brought. In the 1600s.
It confirms what you said, that it's a witch trial.
Yeah, and her facial features look exactly like his. Almost identical. It's amazing. 400 years later, and they still have very similar features. It's creepy as fuck. And the pictures they took of her in the Globe were very similar of the few lasting photographs that were drawings of what Giordani looks like.
I tell you who didn't show her any love. You know who didn't show her any love? The Guardian. Those guys are dicks.
They called her a self-proclaimed witch, and then he was a real one. But then, who can't turn around and said it? They were saying that she was actually a real witch, and then he was a self-proclaimed witch.
Right? I'm passing the trick after all the treats to Jaja, my love. Hey, if we would have dressed up, what would you have been today?
Today, I would want to be have a robber's mask on and have a gun in my hand.
A robber's mask.
Yeah.
So it's basically the cover of Damage Control, or Get Your Guns Up all over again.
I would want you to have a ski mask on, and you could be Robin, and you could be Robert, and I could be Robin.
Robin? So you're Batgirl, and I'm Robin? You know they kill Robin, you know that,
right? I'm Robin,
I don't want to be Robin.
You're Robert, okay?
Oh.
So Robert and Robin, and we just walk around Brooklyn.
I tell you, I want to be Stalin or Churchill, because nowadays they're putting up statues that are supposed to resemble Lenin are being taken down, and they're replacing them with statues of Darth Vader. So now instead of being Darth Vader, you got to say that you want to dress up as Lenin or Stalin, and that's pretty much the same as being Darth Vader. It is. Now, we're doing overdrive, folks. Overdrive. I thought I was going to end it early, but you know what? Halloween only comes once a freaking time a year. It only comes once a year. And it's a shame, you know? It really is. I mean, I'm el enmascarado de las conspiraciones. I love Halloween. I remember putting on millions of masks, folks. I had Dos Caras masks, and I had freaking Mil Mascara's mask, and Rey Mysterio's mask, and Blue Demon's mask. Man, I had them all. I had all the masks, folks. It's just great. It's great. Everybody loves Halloween. It brings out the kid in you. You know, it's good stuff. It's great stuff, man. We still got the Ghost Radar out here. It's been very talkative. It's actually become part of the show. It was actually giving talking points at one point. You know, Jaw's over there getting the candied apples right now because we're going to go bobbing for apples. And that's what
some kids were at the door.
Some kids were at the door. Kids were at the door again. That's right. And we need a lighter because I have to get up and keep going to the stove to light this quality J.
You know.
Yeah, because people think that we just hang out in our underwear all day.
True, it's true.
I mean, wouldn't you wish you were me? You're just hanging out with a babe of epic proportions in your underwear all day. Well, you say that like it's a bad thing, homie.
And he's naked half the day.
Yeah, that's a bad thing. Fat Guidos that look like
you?
Oh.
I said you're naked all day.
I was thinking of my enemy.
You.
Oh, you're talking about me.
Yeah.
Oh well. Thanks to you, I am now a He-Man, a man of all men.
Can we go now?
Yes, we're going up, ladies and gentlemen.
Can we go?
We are going to Limbo that we just told you about, and I'm going to go play guitar with Robert Johnson, or maybe Claudio Sanchez, because he sold his soul to whoever Robert Johnson sold his soul to. And this has been another episode of the Bruce Montalvo.
Bye.
Trick or treat. Happy Halloween. Hasta la vista. See you on Happy Nimrod Day.
Not the music you were expecting? Know what you're getting into with your music and your internet. Straight Up Internet is $50 all in, no hidden fees. And like this music, you can even pause it. Straight Up Internet. Know what you're getting into.
The big wireless companies sold you an outdated plan tied to long-term contracts and mystery fees. Simple Mobile's different. You get a lightning-fast 4G LTE nationwide network with no contract, ever. And keep the phone and number you love. Just text the word BYOP to 611-611 to see if your phone is compatible. Simple Mobile. Out with the old, in with the simple.
Standard text message and data rates may apply based on your mobile phone service. Please refer always to the privacy policy at simplemobile.com/privacy policy and the terms and conditions at simplemobile.com/terms and conditions.